Today I'm with Billy. Billy, how have you been?
I've been good, bro. Just staying busy. Um, yeah, I got my hands full with a lot of things right now, whether if it's going to work, going to the gym. Been trying to teach myself a new language, trying to learn Spanish. Everybody in my family speaks Spanish except me, so I've been mentally trying to challenge myself, learning a new language. And yeah, I mean, I feel like there's not enough time in the day to get everything done or get everything I want to get done. So I've been learning to prioritize my time and do the things that make me happy and that's good for me. And I mean, because when I got sober, I had to take myself back to that childlike perspective. And I had to think, what made me happy as a child? Oh, well, I was playing outside. I was playing on the playground. I was in sports, football, boxing. And so when I got a little older, then I got, started getting in trouble, then fell into addiction, heroin, fentanyl. I kind of forgot about all those things. And through trial and error, trying to get sober, relapsing after a couple of days, and the final time when I got sober, I really thought about it hard. What's gonna help me mold myself into a new man? And pretty much all the things that I listed, and there's a lot of other things that I do too, but those are just the main things that I could think of at the top of my head right now. I started doing those things, challenging myself mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially too. But let me just clarify: money ain't gonna make me happy, but it's definitely a tool.
Billy, you're staying busy because that helps you to stay on the right path, correct? Leads you away from temptation because you're so busy and focused on other things. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, too, and you build that self-esteem. You do esteemable acts. When you build that self-esteem, there's always gonna be temptation, but when you're on solid spiritual grounds, nothing ain't gonna break you when you have that foundation.
And Billy, where did you learn all of this? Was it through meetings, NA meetings, or is just something you've picked up along the way?
I mean, to be honest, I really take no credit for it. It was just ideas that popped in my head, and I say I don't take credit for it because those ideas had to come from something greater than myself. Some may call him God. I don't know. Whatever your perspective of God is, that's a power greater than myself. And as far as meetings goes, yeah, I started working a program after 2 years of sobriety, 2.5 years. The whole intention for me to work a program was to give back, because in all reality, God didn't take me out of it just for me to live selfishly. And before my dad died, we were staying in hotel rooms, and we had a talk one time, and he kind of called me out on my one time. He said, "Man, you're selfish in your addiction," and that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I said, "What the f*** I ain't selfish?" And he said, "You aren't selfish, but in your addiction you are." And then when he died, I felt like me getting high in the hotel room with him, instead of saying, "Hey, let's go to the hospital," because I seen his health was deteriorating. That was me living selfishly. And when he died, I made it a promise to him that I will no longer live selfishly. So by me going to those AA meetings, NA meetings, working a program, getting a sponsor so I could connect with other addicts, people that are coming off the streets, coming out of prison, that's a way for me to give back.
You've been sober in recovery 2.5 years now.
Yeah, going on 3 in August.
August will be 3 years.
A couple months, yeah, so 2.5 years.
And how long will that process take, do you think? Is that a lifelong, from here on out, you got to keep working it?
As far as the sobriety thing goes?
Right.
Oh yeah, it's a firm decision, because my dad, he died as a direct result from drugs and abusing his body. It was a massive heart attack. at 46 years old. You know, who dies of a heart attack at 46 years old that didn't do that, that didn't abuse their body? So the way I look at it as someone killing my dad, if someone shot your dad, you ain't gonna go take his hand on the streets. You're gonna want to get your lick back, and that's my way of getting my lick back, is staying sober and dying sober. And it kind of sucks that that's how it had to happen. Sobriety is something that I always wanted, just because, you know, I was raised around women and stuff. They gave me a lot of love and they showed me a lot of morals. So when I was out there, I knew what I was doing wasn't the way of living. I grew up with a lot of self-confidence, but I thought I was untouchable. And through that experience, through the addiction experience, living on the streets, panhandling, it was something that was out of myself. And when I would look in the mirror, I didn't like the man I was becoming. So sobriety was something that I always wanted. But when my dad died, it was just kind of, it was like an adrenaline. It was like you constantly getting hit and you just got tired of ass kicked. I just decided to start swinging back.
And so, was there a moment or something that happened, or a rock bottom that just from one day to the next made you say, you know what, that's it, I'm done, I'm gonna go to treatment? And speaking of treatment, you got that Vivitrol shot. It really helped you, right?
Yeah, the Vivitrol shot, I tell this story a lot of times. As far as rock bottom, there's been countless rock bottoms. I could go on and on and on, man. This video would probably be like 2 hours long if I could tell you all about all the rock bottoms I hit. But with the Vivitrol, yeah, I got on the Vivitrol. You're supposed to be clean. You're supposed to already be detoxed when you get on the Vivitrol, but I wasn't, and I wouldn't encourage that. If someone's gonna get on the Vivitrol, go through detox first, then get put on it. Me, I got put on it for 3 months, did a lot of, self-building, and within those 3 months, and after 3 months, I just got off it. You don't get addicted to Vivitrol. It's not like Suboxones. When you want to get off it, you just stop going and getting your shot. But yeah, so back to when I got on it, I was using the night before, and I already had an appointment set up with the doctor so they could inject the shot in me. And it takes access, by the way, because if you want to pay out of pocket, it's really expensive, but access is the most basic health insurance you could get, so it will cover that. Anyways, I was using the night before. I was using fentanyl, the blues. That's what's in the blues is fentanyl. And when they drug tested me, they drug tested for heroin, regular opiates, and I came up clean because I didn't have regular opiates in my system. And when I came up clean, they said, all right, you ready for the shot? And they injected it in me, and 20 minutes later, I went into precipitated withdrawal. It's probably 10 times worse as regular withdrawal, especially if I was using 20 pills a day, 30 pills a day. My body went into shock, but I survived.
And here you are.
Yeah. And I remember too going, for 3 days, I couldn't get out of bed. I was damn near going through seizures for 3 days. Couldn't sleep, throwing up. And my grandma, she was right there, you know, making sure I was good. She was laying right next to me, hugging me every time I would shake, because I was just constantly shaking. My legs were constantly moving. And then after 3 days, it was right after my dad died. So I went back to Albuquerque with her just to kind of, spend time with my grandma. And my grandma, shout out to Rosa Maria, by the way. And then she said, you haven't ate in 3 days, I'm gonna get you something to eat. And when she bought me some McDonald's, and I remember my body just rejecting the McDonald's. Like my body did. It's not that it tasted nasty, but for some reason my tongue pushed and when I went to go take a bite of the burger, my tongue pushed the burger out. But when I ate some fruit, it went down smoothly. And I say this because the whole point about me getting sober too is also trying to live a healthy lifestyle. And I don't even know if that has anything to do with this, but McDonald's, eat healthy.
Absolutely. We're going to be having a meet and greet on April 1st for Lost in Phoenix family, community. Everybody wants to get together. I extended an invite to you, but you're going to be busy that day. When are you going to be going to Albuquerque again?
I was just in Albuquerque last January. It was my little cousin Isabella's 16th birthday. I had another cousin who got paroled to Albuquerque, so I've been wanting to see her soon. As far as when I'm gonna go, I'm not sure yet, but me and you should definitely plan a trip after this video. I'm down for whatever, like last time.
We'll definitely plan a trip, Billy. So it was really nice talking to you. I'm very proud of you that you've been on this road now for 2.5 years, going on 3 now. That's awesome. That's a big accomplishment. Every time I see you, you're telling me you're staying busy, doing positive things, being a positive example for a lot of youth out there. And I greatly appreciate it, because that's what we need, more Billies out in the world right now. So Billy, stay well. I'll keep talking to you, and we'll talk soon, okay?
All right. And by the way, I do watch your videos, Art, and I do see all the kids that you interview, and it really touches my heart. And if I were to ever run across those kids, I'll give an open hand and an open heart to them. So if you're any of them that you had interviewed watching this, just know I love you, and you're capable of much more things.
Absolutely. Thank you, Billy.